consequence of these failed strategies that the central bankers keep keep applying.
Bill, you mentioned this exogenous event effectively is what you're waiting for, but I guess I have to ask a question. I'm not asking what it will be, but if it does happen, will the move be so swift that even if you wanted to get short, you weren't able, or you think the market will provide you opportunity to get on back of what could be a move to the downside?
It's a great question, Guy. I have no idea what the catalyst is. It could be something totally innocuous. It could be a big deal. We'll have to just try to see. But you have to know one thing. If we have a bit of a train wreck, which we will at some point, the Fed's going to come in with QE4. So you're only going to be able to make a certain amount on the downside before they start those pom-toms, and then they do it. In the rally that comes in QE4, then you're going to be able to see what you want to do, because probably the first bond market to crack up will be in Japan, but maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be here. I don't really care if I miss the first break, Guy, because they're going to come with QE4. And it's only after that that maybe we got a chance of... the trade I want to catch is when people wake up to the fact that these central bank strategies are failures. They are the arsonists that create the fire. They're not the firemen that put it out, even though they claim to be the latter. So I'm pretty relaxed about this. I don't feel like I'm going to miss much of anything, because I feel like I know exactly what these guys are going to do. And quite frankly, it hasn't been very hard to figure that out.
But Bill, it sounds like you missed a lot. I mean, you've been on the show a number of times where you've been licking your chops and saying it's about to happen, and it's 2-3 years going on doing this. And a lot of this sounds kind of pathetic. I mean, everybody's who, you know,
let me ask you this.
No, but I've been listening to this for 9 months now, and people were a lot more bearish. Now you're almost throwing in the towel, which almost makes me say maybe it is time to get bearish.
I am not throwing in the towel. I'm doing exactly what I've been doing.
Seems like a lot of people are very frustrated now at the top of the market.
Gold and miners. So don't give me that crap. Besides that, in the last few years since the Fed quit QE, the market's hung up a rounding error.
And I bet you bought gold at the bottom, too. You bought gold at the bottom.
For 2 years.
You bought gold at the bottom, too, I bet, right?
Don't be such a jerk.
I'm just asking a question. I mean, now it's great. It's a great call on gold. You know, where's that going to go from here? Is gold going to $2,000 an ounce?
Is it? Bottom, although I did happen to catch the lows, but that does not mean anything. I'm not here to brag. I'm not trying to do that. I don't ask to come on this show. You guys ask me. So don't get in my face because I'm not joining the party you want me to be part of.
I'm asking questions. I'm asking you how you're handling.
I'm going to step in now, Bill, if I can just step in here at this point. So you're waiting. What sectors to you or what stocks to you look like the ones that you would short if you were to catch the second wave or the third wave or whatever that wave is down?
There's no point in talking about what I would be short. I've got a bunch of things I'd love to be short, but I can see it's not working. I've made some small attempts at things. It doesn't work. So there's no point in saying I would do this and this, because it might be 3 months from now from it's time to act. There's going to be all kinds of trouble in a lot of the tech sector, a lot in the semiconductor food chain, but that's not today's problems. You can't make money on that, so there's no point in focusing on it.
All right, we're going to leave it there, Bill. Always good to speak with you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bill Fleckenstein, Fleckenstein Capital.
Look, I mean, it just goes to show you, we talked about everything you learned in business school for the past 5 years, forget about it, and just, you know, the trend's your friend. But at some point, he's 100% right. This is going to end, and it will end badly. Is it 2 years from now? Is it 6 years from now? I have no idea, and nobody can time it perfectly. It's exactly why when you look at the hedge funds, how badly hedge funds have been performing in this tape, where you've got every central bank basically inflating asset prices. So the risk here is that asset prices get inflated much too quickly or to an extreme valuation when they pull the carpet out from under them. And that could happen. But again, it's not for a ways in the future.
But, you know, to Bill's point, they on the Fed's range, they brought in their GDP range, they brought in their inflation range, they upped their range in unemployment. So this thing could play out a little bit longer than all of us want to see it play out, because it's not acting in a coherent
I think if
fashion.
anything, what's happening now is the Bank of Japan is changing gears, the Fed is changing gears, and actually people are wailing at the wrong time. People were not acknowledging that don't fight the Fed for the last 3 or 4 years. People are talking about all these systemic risks, and in fact, they haven't happened. And in fact, we know the Fed's been papering over these problems. We know they've been targeting wealth creation and household income and the wealth effect, and it's been working.
Right. Unfortunately,
it's been working.
Unfortunately, we never see the next collapse coming. No one saw that subprime issue until it was over. No one saw it. It's all rear view now. We don't know what is actually coming upon us.